So just a few days ago, it was the 2.3 one-year anniversary of Livestream for Wuthering Waves. It was a massive livestream, 1.5 hours full of events and full of information about what we can expect from this new upcoming update. And as always, I'm here to bring you what Japan thinks about these massive updates. So let's get right into it. The livestream was a huge hit in Japan. Everybody loved it from the first initial trailer with the cute little cube chibi versions of the characters all the way to the end with the orchestral medley of the theme tunes for each patch from 1.0 all the way up to 2.1.
これ好きなんだよな。ショパラの。ちょっと待って。椿ちゃん、ちょっと。待って、カカロ入れよ、カカロ、ちょっと待って、カカロ入れ。
ちょっと待って、これやばいんじゃない？全員集合？カカロ。いや、このイベントやばいんじゃない？カカロマラカス持ってた今。
消費者？もう泣くんだけど。ちょっと待って、ラグーナで弾いてる。カカロもいる。
Jakana was received very well, with many people saying how cute she was and that they were looking forward to pulling her.
やばいな。
歌う？歌ってるー。かわいい。
めちゃくちゃ曲いい。ケルト系だ。
But of course, the biggest draw was Zani, who has had everyone's attention since before 2.0 was even released.
出た。かわいい。
はぁ？椅子？待って待って待って。やばー！ふざけんなよ。急に来るじゃん。何これ？どういうこと？無理して。おっぱいおっぱいおっぱいおっぱいおっぱい。ぽいぽいぽいぽい。ひー。何これ何これ何これ何これ何これ。無理無理。ちょっとそんな一口ください。
莫塔里家族的最佳员工，艳光的夜行者。
ザニーさん来ちゃう。
版本加入各位漂泊者的队伍。
行きましょう。それな、みんな休んでくれ。
And one of the biggest things Japan got really hyped for was, of course, the skins.
誰？
我们另一方式长离，这两套服饰都将在 2.4 版本夏日服
調理見すぎた。
以及莫塔里家族2小姐克莱塔的全新服饰。
ちょっと待って。
好吧。那我就全盘托出吧。这长离的全新服饰，以及莫塔里家族2小姐克莱塔的全新服饰。
来ました。
另影方式长离的全新服饰，以及莫塔里家族2小姐克莱塔的全新服饰。这两套服饰都将在我们另影方式长离的全新服饰，以及莫塔里家族2小姐克莱塔的全新服饰。这两套服饰都将在 2.4 版本与大家见面。这次是两套充满夏日服饰。
他们
分别是
誰
我们另影仓室长离的全新服饰，以及莫塔里家族2小姐克莱塔的全新服饰。这两套服饰都将在 2.4 版本与大家。
And we can't forget that there's going to be a collaboration between Wuthering Waves and also Cyberpunk Edgerunners in the next year, 2026. So what did Japan think about that?
サイバーパンクエッジランナーズだって。
希望大家喜欢我们的小小惊喜。那么在这里，
超人気作品だよね。
高兴的跟大家。
うわー、ちょっとさすがにそれはコラボ前に俺は見てないから見たいな。
Okay, so they didn't know that.
哪来的音乐啊？你听到了吗？
ちょっと待って。サイバーパンク？
希望大家喜欢我们的小小
サイバーパンクやってないぞ。
非常联动。
サイバーパンクごめん。
边缘行者。
知ってる。
2026年我们将与
夜之城的角色再度见面。
They didn't know that either.
何？何？サイ クあ、聞いたことある。
Wait, they didn't know it either?
谁把灯关了呀？灯怎么关了？哎，这个入侵一样的效果用了什么东西啊？哎，有没有人来管一下？
え、
导演。
何これ？サイバーパンク。
希望大家喜欢我们的小小惊喜。
サイバーパンクってなんだっけ？
非常
ゲーム？
高兴。
Not this person either.
コラボサイバーパンク名調コラボ
希望大家喜欢我们的小小惊喜。那么在这里，我非
いやサイバーパンクやってないんだよ。でも
以上就是
めっちゃなんかいいって聞く。
漂泊者们
I thought they would have known it at least. Wow, not a single person knows what Cyberpunk Edgerunners is in Japan. Oosh. So yeah, even though all of us out in EN were really excited for this particular collaboration, when it comes to Japan, they were thinking, who, what, why, what, who? But I know exactly what you guys are all here to find out. You all want to know what is the Japanese reaction to the level or amount of rewards from the 2.3 first year anniversary of Wuthering Waves. So I'm not going to waste any more of your time. Let's get right into it. Okay, so I'm looking at the comment section for the live stream itself and also for the trailer that was released alongside it at the same time to see what people are saying in the comment section in regards to what they think about the amount of rewards that they received from this update. Okay, so for me to find the actual top-rated comments on these videos, I'm going to use this site here because YouTube comment search is pretty useless at this point. So I have the top comments for the anniversary live stream, the entirety of it, and also the top comments for the 10-minute trailer as well on the separate videos. I'm also doing a search for Wuthering Waves and I'm filtering by this week, video, view count, and tourists. I want to find the videos where they're talking about the entirety of the live stream itself. I don't want to go through shorts or full live streams because there's not many comments in there to really get a good grasp on what people are talking about. I'm pretty sure you guys are familiar with Nermir as it is already. He currently has 558,000 subscribers. And then you've also got this Summon channel here. He also has 184,000 subscribers. And this Toryu video, and I know this channel, I've seen them a lot. They do a lot of like compilation video as well. They have 98,600 subscribers. Okay, and with all these comments, I'm going to be sorting by likes from the most liked down to the least liked. Let's see what they are saying. And because there's a skin coming for Carlotta, they're going to pull for Carlotta. It's just like who they're interested in pulling for. They're just saying that they're looking forward to the skins. And the most liked comment on this one here is talking about Chang-Li's attack is really easy to use, and they use Chang-Li very often in the exploration. So nothing really of note there is swimsuit skins. Honestly, I was a little bit scared. I mean, they're using the word scared, but they mean that in the good sense. This person here is saying, if they just release some optimizations for the PS5, I'll have no problems, no issues, no complaints whatsoever. So I hope they bring it out soon. I haven't played for a while, but I'm going to use this as a chance to return to the game. Of course, it's an anniversary, and they also often give out trial characters, but having this rerun for other characters is something I'm really thankful for. And the top rated comment on this particular video here is saying that they're really grateful for the glossary because this is something that all games need. The live stream was an hour and a half, but it went by so quickly. The Wuthering Waves devs are always doing their best for us, so I'm always surprised by that, but I'm actually kind of worried, are they ever taking rests? Being able to look up the definition and meaning of certain jargon words during the story is something that I'm really happy for. This makes this particular update especially godly. This person here is talking about the reaction from overseas. Because there was no 5-star character given out as a reward, they're getting flamed right now. They're getting like, there's a massive uproar. The rewards were more than enough, weren't they? Even considering it's an anniversary, the amount of optimizations and changes and updates and the speed at which they deliver them is something I'm really impressed by. Having reruns for past event items and rewards from there, like they're talking about the Phantom Echoes and also the skins for the weapons. It seems they're really listening to their users, and it's something that I can highly respect about Kuro Games. 2.2 and 2.3, all characters are going to be rerun. It's something kind of idiotic, and they're saying that in the positive sense, like, oh, that's crazy. You're nuts for doing that. I'm going to follow you for the rest of my life. I love that the Wuthering Waves devs are always aiming to be the best. These are the comments from the official trailer, so they're talking about certain things in the trailer there, such as like the dancing scene with Cartesia. They really like that. I'm really glad we're able to celebrate this anniversary in a much more positive way compared to when the game was first released. I'm so thankful being able to like play and interact with Wuthering Waves. I'm thankful for everything so far. This person's talking about when Kakuro was shown in the trailer. Like, Kakuro! Even though you didn't show up anywhere in the story, you're out here playing around. Another comment here talking about Kakuro, about how he's like playing around with the maracas, how he was given maracas. There were a lot of other comments about Kakuro as well that I've seen in this particular comment section. As someone that's been playing the game since release, I was sad to see people criticizing it and seeing the devs coming so far and the love that I can feel from the devs through their game and that they're bringing on this to get everyone excited, I'm really, really happy about that. And at the end of the live stream with the 1 year look back featuring the orchestra, before I knew it, I had tears rolling down my face. I'm full of gratefulness and thankfulness to you, Wuthering Waves. I hope you continue to do your best. And the top rated comment on this particular trailer here is saying, I'm thankful that I'm born in this world where Wuthering Waves exists. So the top comments for the actual live stream itself, this doesn't really count because that's just talking about the redeem codes. This made me really glad that I'm playing Wuthering Waves. This was a fantastic live stream. I will follow you for the rest of my life. We've heard that before. Congratulations on the 1 year anniversary. I'm so glad I was able to play Wuthering Waves. Even since before release, I've always been looking forward to things and that I've always wanted to be playing this game. Ever since then, I've always loved Wuthering Waves, and to see it reach its first anniversary, I'm so glad about that. Really, truly. Thank you so, so much. Did anyone else die from seeing Carlotta in her swimsuit? I'm guessing they mean die from lack of blood because they all had nosebleeds. This one here is saying, I can't be the only one that after the live stream finished, they just started naturally applauding, like without thinking, without even realizing it. Congratulations on the 1 year anniversary. And from here, thank you for your continued support from now on. And the most liked comment on here is, again, talking about the redeem codes. I'm actually going to do a search for the word for rewards, like what they say about the rewards. No. Maybe there was nothing in there about the rewards. Maybe this search function is just like not working. In fact, let's just do a search for arigato. Yeah, so the search function is working, but when I search for the words for rewards, I'm getting nothing. Any of these videos here that I've checked, all these videos, the main videos are getting the most views for the Wuthering Waves 2.3 live stream. I cannot find anyone talking about the rewards at all. Like not a single word. They're all just saying things like, thank you. I'm glad. I'm looking forward to Wuthering Waves. I love this game. Like this live stream was amazing. Just that's all they're saying. So I'm on the official Japanese version of the Wuthering Waves Twitter account, and I'm going to look through the posts on here since the anniversary to see what people are saying in the replies and quote retweets, just to see like what is their reaction to everything. So let's have a look. The highest one here is, of course, the redeem codes in there. The one here got a bit of a meme image of Solon saying, I love you. You got this one person here asking if the skins can only be obtained by paying. People saying that they're happy, like, don't forget to buy the top up before it gets reset. This person here is saying, I really like Kuro, so I'm glad that he appeared in the trailer. Godly, this is a godly game. Thank you so much. All the comments on here are basically saying that they're happy for what they saw in the live stream and that they're saying thank you for everything. The first anniversary was amazing. I've got to wail on this. They're saying that in the positive sense. This person here is just talking about Zanny, about how she's so cool and that there's a lot of people in the reruns that they want to pull for. Also that they appreciate seeing Kuro in the trailer as well. There was so much information. It was an amazing live stream. Yeah, I'm just looking through these posts right now to see what people are saying. You can see right now everyone is extremely happy. There's just a bunch of smiles, a bunch of like crying faces in the sense of like, I'm so glad that this game is out there and the live stream was really, really good. There's no one's saying anything remotely negative whatsoever. Even just searching for Wuthering Waves and then doing an advanced search on here. And I want to search for the rewards, especially. I want to see what people are saying about the rewards to be specific. I'm going to go for minimum likes of 10 on this. I'm actually re-recording this video. So at the time of recording this video, there has been another round of like 30 pulls. So I'm going to like try and split it. So just before then, so we don't get any like bleeding in between. Good morning. Yesterday's live broadcast was amazing. I like Zanny too, but for me, it's Shakonna. Singing her song is the best. I'm looking forward to the event. The 2 times top up thing is back, and the rewarded stones, they're saying stones as in the rewarded astrites and rewarded pulls are awesome. The new costumes are coming too. Godly management, like godly devs, I'll continue to support and follow you. Good morning. I woke up this morning and saw a rubbish tweet saying that the amount of Wuthering Waves rewards for the first anniversary felt small. So I don't know if this is just a continuation of my nightmare. By the way, many people are distracted by the rewards amount of Wuthering Waves for 35 pulls, but in reality, there are updates, new maps, event rewards, etc. so you can get more than you think. So this is the post with the most likes, with 2.8 thousand likes on here and 366 retweets, 67 replies, so there's a lot of replies to this one. Is it true that people are going to complain just because there aren't any 5-star character rewards in the Wuthering Waves anniversary? Are there people who are making a fuss and saying that they should be able to specify sub options when it comes to the selection? I'm actually in that camp. I'm sorry, I am. It's fine to have hopes, but don't say it out loud. You're expecting too much from the management, from the devs. Just wait for good news and be like, yay, if there's any fix or rewards. You're asking for too much. And there's a lot of replies in here saying basically the same thing. I think it's okay to make as many requests as you like. It's okay to have expectations. I just hope that you won't be disappointed if it doesn't happen, and don't voice it. So that was kind of the response that people were saying on Twitter in Japan about the level of rewards. Basically, no one was complaining at all, and when there was a conversation about rewards, it was always a case of talking about the reaction overseas and like how they can't understand it. This notification came out last night while I was streaming, like in mid-stream. I was getting told about this and people saying, look at chat. I'm sorry. I was too busy like talking about something else at that time. But yeah, this is the post that they're talking about the free temples for all the limited banner, the weapon banner, and also the standard banner. So what was the reaction to that? Well, let's sort by likes, shall we? This person here is just asking like, can someone tell me what happened? And then the response to that is saying, to put it simply, before the live stream aired, an overseas leaker leaked information that Shakona and Zani or Zani would be given out for free for the anniversary, which caused quite a stir. People had accepted this information and had high hopes for it, but got angry and said, that's not what we were told. And so now we've come to this point. In short, it's like a beggar pointed a gun at management, at the devs, and squeezed pulls out of them. It's a really horrible story with 520 likes. I'm sure the critical voices will be particularly loud, but there's nothing wrong with this product. There's nothing wrong with the rewards here. So please listen carefully to other voices as well and continue to work hard on the development. It seems that people who believe the leaked rumors of a 5-star reward were caused quite a lot of trouble, but compared to other competing games, I think the content was sufficient for the first anniversary. At least most Japanese users are satisfied with the content of the next version, so there's no need to worry too much. I'll continue to support you. Users are grateful for the rewards, but in the long run, I think this is a bad choice. Will these rewards come in the next update too, or the next one after that? Every time something like this happens, the pigs start to cry. In the end, if you complain, they'll just take you down, with the perception that these devs are just that good and that it'll take root. What they're saying is that people will get spoiled and will start taking things for granted in the future. I appreciate the rewards, but I can't accept it with joy. The preview program was more than enough of a surprise, so I was very satisfied. And this line here is a bit of a mistranslation. Those beggars of you out there should all say sorry to the devs. This is the most liked comment so far with 1,200 likes on there. This is just my personal opinion, but this is too bad and I feel sorry for the management. That's kind of mistranslation. To give us such a big surprise already and people are still complaining, it's completely wrong, and to compare it to a completely different game. Some people are saying something about the tuner issues, but they've made improvements to the selection process itself. The farming process is not selection, the farming process itself, and they're trying hard to make it fun. So I think we shouldn't criticize it. What about the quote retweets too? Even Cabbage Person made a quote retweet on this as well. Like, he's the guy that made the Yasuke video, the Yasuke song about the Ubisoft thing. So you guys might know him. I feel sorry for them. I feel sorry for the devs. And I'm worried that if they respond like this, the number of haters who think that whoever just trolls will win will increase for next time. Just the implementation of Zani would make the first anniversary worth it. It's like just saying bringing Zani to the game just in and of itself would be enough for the anniversary. Not giving Zani out for free, just allowing people to pull for Zani at all, that's enough for an anniversary. That's what he's saying. I'm happy to get the polls, but I'm really sad that the devs think that the anniversary stream wasn't very good, or that they're being forced to think that the live stream wasn't very good. I don't want to seem like I'm defending everything, but I don't think there was any fault on the part of the devs in this stream, and I think it was an incredibly good stream. However, probably because there was no limited 5-star reward, 5-star character reward. It's a bit unfair to say this. Oh wait, no, this is a bit of a mistranslation. However, just because there wasn't a 5-star character reward, it's a bit unfair to criticize them and say that that's a bad stream just because they didn't get a 5-star character. Let me be honest with you. Wuthering Waves management has done nothing wrong, so there is no need for them to apologize. I don't want this kind of nitpicky distribution, and I will never accept it. Nitpicky reward, should I say, and I will never accept it. Isn't it just some stupid foreign people who saw the leak and got their own hopes up and it was going to happen? This precedent cannot be erased, but I would like it to stop here. This is Akamasa here saying that, well, if there's 580,000 replies and criticisms from China, I guess they have no choice but to respond. Considering how chaotic Wuthering Waves overseas communities have become, I don't think the anger will subside with just this apology. Unreasonable demands are being made, such as giving out a free 5-star character, making skins free, and making the anniversary rerun gacha also 100% guarantee. It's not a good thing for management, it's not a good thing for devs to give in to such meaningless whims. I don't understand why the devs have to apologize. They did nothing wrong. It's the players' fault for expecting too much. Is it true that Wuthering Waves is causing trouble overseas? Leaker, we'll be giving out a free 5-star character for the anniversary. Overseas commenters. And because Star Rail had a free 5-star character, I guess they'll have a free 5-star character in Wuthering Waves too. But the reality of the situation is that there was no 5-star character reward. And then the overseas commenters were saying, what? You said it was coming, but you didn't give us one. It's something like this. I am just in awe of Zanny and Shakona's cuteness. So they're just happy with having Zanny and Shakona in there in the first place. I'm not trying to defend the devs or anything, but the leaker said that they were going to give out 5-star items, right? So I was really disgusted by the overseas people who were rating it so poorly and saying, why aren't they giving that out? Okay, this is Lack here. You guys might be familiar with him. They do a lot of art for Fate Grand Order and some other things as well. And they've also recently been live streaming Wuthering Waves quite often, in fact. This is what they have to say about the situation. Why this after such an amazing update? Honestly, it was really exciting and I'm glad. Like, they were happy enough as it was. And later on in the day, he said, Wuthering Waves is such a fantastic game. It's a great game. The management lost, as in a battle between management and players, the management lost to the troublesome users from overseas. I think it's a pretty bad response because in the future, if people complain when the rewards are too low, they'll just get more. So they're saying it's not a good idea to placate those players because it'll just set a bad precedent in the future. This is the post that got the most likes from what I can see. There might be another one, but this just what I can see so far with 6.4 thousand likes on this one here. From an account that only has 603 followers, by the way. Regarding this announcement from Wuthering Waves, I would like to explain how this announcement came and to be published. After the official broadcast, the opinion that the anniversaries were insufficient became a hot topic in the Chinese and EN servers, and all players strongly criticized Kuro Games. The criticism includes a series of statements such as it's a company obsessed with money and it doesn't care about its users at all, and has continued unabated since last Saturday until today. In response to this, Kuro Games has taken player feedback into account, decided to increase the rewards, and has published this announcement. From a personal standpoint, I really appreciate the increased rewards as a player, but it bothers me that Kuro Games seems to be receiving more criticism than it should. The development team always keeps users in mind when making updates, but it seems that there is strong criticism, especially from overseas Wuthering Waves players. Let's all support Kuro Games. In addition, there were unfounded rumors abroad saying that they would be giving out Shakona for free to celebrate the anniversary, which made players even more excited. But this never happened, and it was disappointing to have such high expectations. To be honest, I feel so sorry for Kuro Games. Also got this post here. They're saying, on overseas channels, I'm frightened by the number of outrageous statements being made, such as the first anniversary rewards are not enough. Isn't that a bit too greedy? I'm happy that there are so many copies, so many reruns being out there, but there's a line that shouldn't be crossed, and they have a screenshot to a Saint Tontus video. They're being very critical about Saint Tontus right now. And then there's this post here with 219 likes on there, paraphrasing what is being said out overseas. The 1-year anniversary is disappointing. It's crazy. They're referring to this screenshot from Tectone's stream, like when he's reading this post on here. They're just basically like, I'm going through this here. But what they say about that here is like, I think gliding across all regions is reasonable, but next up being the paid costumes, as in like paid skins, I think it's inevitable that it won't be supported. This is no longer a customer. This is no longer a player, but a mere beggar. I think that Wuthering Waves management is doing so much to make the users happy. It's being compared to version 1.2, and I think Wuthering Waves was in a precarious situation at the time and had no choice but to give out these free characters. It's like they've forgotten everything that Wuthering Waves has done until now. I think it's reasonable for a 1-year anniversary. Like they're saying, I think it's reasonable that the current rewards are what they were for a 1-year anniversary. Though maybe it's just because that he only has space in his head for Zanny. It's you who's crazy. Although it would be nice if you could fly across the entire map. So yeah, they are definitely not on Tectone's side, I think. So this is what Yomi has to say about the situation. Yomi loves Kuro Games. I won't say anything, but I'll always support you. That's all I want to say. Good night. And this is from Neremero. I hope Wuthering Waves management devs will do their best despite criticisms such as the first anniversary rewards were lame. I'm willing to spend generously on a great game. For now, I'm going to be buying all of the new costumes, all of the new skins. This is from Rematarasu. She says, I think Wuthering Waves has done enough already. Like what she means here is that they've already given out enough rewards. That's what she wants to say. The only place that I could find any kind of negative comments regarding the rewards about Wuthering Waves was on 5chan, basically the Japanese version of 4chan. There were a couple of posts on here saying, didn't you think that the rewards for Wuthering Waves were a little bit lackluster? Literally, the first reply was saying, if you don't like it, quit the game. There was one more post as well saying the same thing. Wasn't the anniversary a bit lackluster? Are you happy with this? And this person here is saying, as long as I can get Zanny, I don't care. Yeah, there wasn't really much else on here either to talk about the rewards. It was pretty tame. There wasn't much there at all. And I have had a look through a good majority of all this, and there's a lot of comments to go through. I've just been made aware of this post here. This is a post from a Japanese person saying that this is a message from me, a Japanese user, to those who criticize Kuro Games, aka Wuthering Waves from version 2.3. I hope you are tolerant of that because of my poor English. And this is what they have to say. Seriously, Kuro Games is a company, not a pre-company. Therefore, we need money to operate the games and run the company. This is common sense in society. Without money, companies cannot pay their employees and people will leave. In other words, the company will go bankrupt, and even if the game is a great game, the service will be terminated without a sequel. Every game is only as good as the people who pay for it. I have never seen an open-world action RPG game as good as Wuthering Waves without the ability to charge for it. Secondly, I am angry at the devs for believing prior information that a new character, Shakona, would be distributed, that would be given out as a reward, the source of which is unknown, and for not criticizing the person who released the prior information, the leaks basically, and voicing their criticism to the management. Actually, I think this is a mistranslation. I am angry at the management. No, they're angry at the players that believed the leak information. That's what they're actually saying. This is a mistranslation, I think. Kuro Games, originally it was prohibited to leak information. While knowing leak information has the advantage of making it easier to plan for future messes for future characters, it has the disadvantage of damaging curiosity through future experiences by disseminating that information. In light of this, Kuro Games has decided to prohibit the release of leaked information and also to punish those who do so. In this case, I believe that the act of distributing or looking at the prohibited information, the leaks itself, is against the rules of Kuro Games. And at the same time, it is wrong to believe the baseless prior information, the baseless leaks, and to expect it without any reason, to feel hurt without any reason, and to take out one's anger on Kuro Games. Finally, I would like to express my sorrow that Kuro Games has disrespected the conscience of its users, even though it cares about you. Again, I think this is a bit of a mistranslation. Kuro Games has conducted surveys and worked hard to create a more exciting experience for its users. Based on the surveys, we make improvements, or they make improvements, implement new content, and reflect the opinions in the new characters. No other company values the opinions of its users as much as they do, as Kuro does. You have been proud of your kindness and that you have prioritized short-term profits and caused trouble for the management. This is nothing but sadness. Again, this is a bit of a scuffed translation. What I'm saying is that people are happy that Kuro Games is being really, really kind, and that that they have prioritized the short-term profits. But even doing so, that has caused trouble for management in doing so. And this causes nothing but sadness for the players, in Japan that is. I hope that in the future, the dev team will not be hurt by criticism like yours and will instead devote its efforts to the production of the game. For this purpose, I hope that you will look back on your actions and think seriously about them. Thank you very much for taking the time to read this long paragraph. Please forgive me if some sentences and nouns are unnatural. Yeah, there were a few in there, but they can't really be helped. Yeah, guys, from what I can see, no matter where I look, that Japan is very, very clearly on the side of the live stream was perfect as it was. The amount of rewards we given out was perfect as they were. They don't understand why people are complaining about the lack of rewards. Yeah, this is another case of where it's like Japan against the world. We've had this with Pal World. We've had this with with Nintendo in that situation. And also, it's just a lot of things. It happens every now and then. Japan is very, very clearly on the side of Wuthering Waves, on the side of Kuro Games, saying, and using their words, the words that they've been using to refer to the people that are still complaining, even after these 30 polls have been given out, they're calling everyone beggars. That's the word that they're using. I've also seen people call them pigs and some other kind of not too nice words as well. I don't know how this is going to play out in the long run. I released a video last night at like 1:30 or 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm like running on 4 hours sleep right now, talking about these extra rewards, and I asked everyone, is this enough? Are you happy with this? And the overwhelming response that I got in my comment section was a resounding no. I mean, there were some people that were definitely happy with that, but there were still a lot of people, and the most highly liked comments were people saying, no, it's not enough. They need to give more. Like I said in that video as well, I'm going to say it again here, whether you are happy with that or unhappy with that, that is for you to decide. I'm not going to say either way. I still do think that they probably should have just given all the rewards to everyone, because it did seem like it was very skewed to the new players and returning players, which didn't really feel pretty good, but that's just my opinion. My main gripes were other things in the update, nothing to do with the rewards, but that's just me, I guess. So yeah, it is what it is. This is a huge schism between the player base of like Japan and everyone else, but I don't want to get into like my personal opinion. This is what Japan thinks, and I think I've delivered that opinion faithfully as possible to you guys. What do you think? Let me know down in the comment section below. So until next time, I will see you in the next video. Peace.